Welcome back to Wrestling World. Today we'll be taking a look at Alexa Bliss's huge live stream mistake. We'll also take a look at why WWE forced so many superstars to stay away from Clash of Champions. Let's start off with the entire Clash of Champions drama. This was one of those crazy stories that had so many rumors going on, so I wanted to wait it out for a few days until the entire story came out. I think we have enough information now, so let's discuss. This all kicked off after this week's SmackDown. Nikki Cross was the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but within 48 hours to go until the event, Nikki was nowhere to be found on SmackDown. Bayley came out for a promo and we got nothing at all from Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross was the #1 contender for the title, and for her to be absent from the last SmackDown episode before her big title match was a major red flag. Rumors then started circulating on Saturday night and Sunday morning that Nikki Cross is not going to be at Clash of Champions. We covered this rumor right away on our Instagram page at Wrestling World CC, and it was very concerning because the situation was so sealed tight that no one had any clue what was going on. Reports were saying Nikki was 100% out of the show, but WWE was still advertising Nikki vs. Bayley a few hours before Clash of Champions was set to go live. Fast forward a few hours later and the plot thickens. Now there was word that Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the Tag Team Championships was cancelled as well. So that's when things got extremely concerning and everyone was trying to figure out what was happening. In today's climate with everything going on, everyone sort of had a clue what it could relate to, but still, nothing was confirmed. It seems like the decision to cancel these matches was not made literally until Sunday afternoon. Liv Morgan was tweeting late Saturday night that tomorrow was the big day, so it was obvious that she wasn't even aware of the cancellation at that time. WWE finally came out later Sunday afternoon and announced that Nikki Cross, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler were all not medically cleared to compete. It looks like the superstars themselves weren't so pleased with how WWE handled it, especially Nia Jax. Nia Jax literally quoted the announcement from WWE and said, "Lies." So that's a big accusation right there. One of the superstars that you're saying isn't medically cleared just called you a liar, so that makes things even more hard to follow. Reports claim that their absence is in fact related to the pandemic. As you may have heard already, there was another outbreak among the NXT locker room recently, and things started to get out of hand. WWE released a statement that said they will be taking the right precautions to continue to keep the talent safe. So here's where the confusion comes in. Fans were worried about all three superstars that weren't cleared. Fans ran to Twitter asking if they're okay and wishing them a speedy recovery. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler both responded and gave updates about themselves. Nia responded to one concerned fan and said, "I could not be better. I apologize that the announcement scared some, but all is great and healthy on my end, and my tag partner's end as well. Not that I speak for her, but I kind of just did." Shayna also confirmed that she wasn't sick and was perfectly healthy as well. That leaves Nikki Cross, the biggest question mark. No one knows much about how Nikki Cross is doing. Obviously, everyone hopes that she isn't sick either. But Nikki Cross never gave any updates, and even if she was sick, they're not allowed to announce that, so we'll never know. Nikki's silence really does worry me though. The fact that she's not coming out and saying, "I'm fine," does really give fans that feeling that she may be dealing with something. Reports obviously can't be trusted, but they claim that these superstars were held out of action because they were likely in contact with an infected superstar over the last few weeks. WWE did say in their statement that they will be putting any superstar that has been in contact with an infected individual on a 2-week quarantine. So we might not see these three individuals for a few weeks as WWE continues to take the proper precautions. Nia Jax didn't seem happy with how WWE handled it and the reason they gave to all the fans, but obviously they're not going to tell us the truth here, so using the term "not medically cleared" was really their only option. Liv Morgan also reacted to the delay and had this to say on Twitter: "Two girls just had a very lucky night." Now, I just have more time to prep my waist for that WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So, Liv doesn't seem so angry with the delay, she sees it as more time to get prepared. But that seems to be the reason for all of them being kept off the show. It was just a precaution. We'll see if any more information comes out about this story. Let's touch on this live stream mistake by Alexa Bliss because it was another moment that I think went unnoticed by fans. WWE recently changed Alexa's character so that she basically has two personalities. She can be her normal self, or she can turn into this woman version of The Fiend. There was recently a small live stream moment that seemed to continue this story, so let's get into that. Alexa Bliss was recently a guest on Booker T's podcast and was filming the show live with Booker. They were having a great conversation. Everything was completely normal, but there was one huge mistake that happened here live on the show. That was the fact that Booker T got too comfortable and asked Alexa Bliss about Bray Wyatt. He wasn't careful about his wording at all. He just flat out mentioned Bray Wyatt, and that's when Alexa Bliss snapped back into character. Alexa never answers the question, and her webcam disconnects from the call. Booker T plays it off as if he doesn't know what happened. So, I really like the small details like this. I love when superstars get really committed to their characters and pull off miniature things like this outside of the ring. It's such a small detail, but it keeps Alexa Bliss in character and shows that she can get into the trance even from her own home. So that's a nice little touch there. Booker T made that huge mistake and Alexa Bliss was out of there. We did get the answer to Booker T's question, but it was from a different interview with Metro, where Alexa was out of character. Alexa revealed that she's loving her role right now and that she wanted this same role alongside Bray Wyatt dating all the way back to 2016. Alexa had this to say about that topic. Working with Bray has been awesome. I pitched working with Bray a long time ago, but it never really got off the ground just because it didn't make sense at the time. This has been a lot of fun for me. Anything that's out of the box or a bit different, I'm a big fan of, acting or portraying a character. So, this kind of checks all my boxes of what I love to do. It's been very interesting. We don't know where it's going. You know as much as I know, but it's been a lot of fun and I'm excited to see where it goes. The original idea was when I first debuted, and it was kind of the same deal. I wanted to have some kind of involvement with this character because it's so good and so compelling. He commits fully into that and does so much research. He's so good at his craft, and who wouldn't want to work with someone like that? Here's the difference with where my head goes. I would go as far as we can with it. I would go completely in one direction and then change the direction. I would push the envelope as far as we can. It's just, do things work out that way? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. We just have to see where it goes. So, a lot of interesting information there by Alexa Bliss. Apparently, Alexa has been pitching this same exact role ever since her debut, back in 2016. So, Alexa has been waiting for this opportunity for over 4 years now, and her performance shows just how much she's been wanting this. Alexa also noted that she doesn't know where this story is going at all right now, but she's willing to go as far as possible with the storyline, so that's exciting as well. I think what's the most interesting to see is Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt actually together on screen. You have two individuals here that care so much about the storyline and the portrayals of their characters. It's really going to be something special to see, but what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.